Hey guys, how's it going? Albert Varichello here. Just wanted to go through a DuBois Dream update. As you all have seen, there's been crazy in the news lately, and we're not immune to everything that's been going on with the coronavirus outbreak. So we're having to adjust on the fly and basically roll with the punches. And in the interest of health and safety, we basically have to be put on hold. During this time. I mean, as you guys have all seen, next 2 weeks, all PA schools are closed. That directly impacts us, especially our AAU and youth basketball program. We've had a lot of fun over the past week, just getting some practices in. It's just really unfortunate we have to put the pause button on everything. And but again, you can't go wrong when you do everything in the interest of health and safety and looking out for our community. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. If we can all kind of like and share this stuff, as you all have seen, our Premier Basketball League, all the games and operations, they're suspended indefinitely. That one's a really big one for me because our kids' night, we had 500 plus people in the gym. We have a team out of Chautauqua coming in. That's New York. We're also in a league with, Rochester, which had a confirmed case, as well as Lancaster, which is in the Columbus, Ohio area, which shut things down even before PA. So it was the right move. When the higher ups are making the decisions, as far as, the NBA makes a decision, NCAA makes a decision, they have plenty of more resources than we do. It's just in the interest of health and safety, it's the best decision just to shut things down and go from there. It's really unfortunate. We had the United Way night coming up. We were really looking to hit our stride. We had a bunch of great local guys all starting to form together, and it's been a fun season. It's just really unfortunate how things just can sometimes be abruptly ending, but it makes you realize that this is all just a game, and sports, although they're amazing and they're fun, it's just you got to make sure you're looking out for everybody else, and you can't be selfish during this time, especially when I'm seeing how quickly this virus can just spread as quickly as possible. So as you guys have all seen, in the interest of health and safety, we just basically have to stop everything, and especially suspending indefinitely the Premier Basketball League, and just basically I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I know we can all do our part and kind of take a step back from all of this and regroup. And I'm really hoping our AAU and youth basketball program can really pick up. Like I said, first week of practice, all the kids, getting together, having some fun. That's good and bad right now, because if one kid gets it, that happens quickly, where it can just spread throughout. And the last thing we want to do is, we have a nice group of people. We got people coming in from Clarion. We got Kane, we got Ridgeway, we got the St. Mary's area. We're Red Bank. We're all over. And Brockway, Brookville. And they're all coming to DuBois. It's the right decision on the school's part. They basically have to limit their access to their facilities, especially with our outside group as far as the DuBois Dream. We work well with the schools. However, with everything we have, all the kids and parents and everyone coming together, you never know what's going to happen. So in the interest of health and safety, it's just a pause button right now with our youth basketball program. I'm really hopeful. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. From anything I've read, as long as we can limit this and really stop the spreading of it, I'm hoping by the end of the month into early April, we can pick things back up as far as at least practices, and then get right into tournaments and shootouts. I know we were really excited to get things going right before Easter, at least getting at least one tournament in with each of our AAU and youth basketball groups. However, life happens sometimes, and you just got to roll with it, and you got to do what's best. And right now, what's best is to make sure everyone stays safe and healthy. So the biggest thing I wanted to get out there is just to make sure everyone's doing their best to keep some social distancing, and make sure that you're taking the proper precautions. Like, make sure you take this seriously, because I think we would get in trouble if we don't take this as serious as possible, because even if this is blown all out of proportion, we can at least stop any type of virus spread. And then those who could be affected, that it really, really hurts, especially the elderly and, people within your family, people who already have, immune disorders and stuff like that. I'm going to do everything in my power to keep this program going, however, not at the expense of anyone's health and safety. So make sure that you guys continue to do what you can to stop this especially in our area, since there hasn't been an outbreak yet. Make sure you're doing your best, to stay safe and healthy, washing those hands, keeping your distance. Just do whatever you can to limit this as best as possible in our area. And I can't stress that enough. I think if we don't take it as seriously as we do, I think that's only going to add to it. So in our area, if we can just all come together, why not coming together in a sense? So just really looking forward to hopefully picking this stuff back up, because there is still a possibility for our AAU youth basketball season. As many as you guys have already, made a deposit down, basically made the payment for the AAU youth basketball program. None of that has been cashed. That's all on hold for now until we actually have a solidified plan of attack. And I really think things are going to start piecing together as the end of the month comes up, early April. We're really going to get a good idea as, what exactly we're looking at. In this time, I think it's best just to be cautious. So make sure you're cautious. I highly recommend everyone continues to work out on their own. Dribbling, ball handling drills. We were doing a lot of that stuff in our practices. Make sure you're doing those. So you're not really coming together with people, but you're still working on your skills, because you can still get better during this time. Watch some more film, watch some more, old school basketball. Make sure you're just studying the game. Take this time and just take a step back. I know you guys don't have school. You can still work out, just around your house, things like that. Find a basketball or two. And just make sure you're not all coming together as a group, because I think that's where we're going to get in trouble. So we're going to do our best to not come together as a group. We're not practicing during this time, but we're going to continue to get updates, and we're going to continue to provide those updates to you. We're going to do our best to continue to communicate, because I'm really hopeful that just over these next couple of weeks, we're really going to get a nice plan of attack, and we're going to continue to push forward with our AAU and youth basketball group. I know everyone was concerned of that. As far as our Premier Basketball League games go, we're kind of dealing with a different animal there. We have a huge group coming in, especially when we got 500 plus at our kids night, and teams coming from out of state. It's just that's a different animal. So I'm not really sure how that would even continue on, just because there's just so much risk to bring that into our area, and I know the schools wouldn't even sign off on that as far as our games continuing on. So again, like I said, it's an abrupt ending to that, but I'm really hopeful as far as our AAU youth basketball program goes. Make sure you guys check your email, make sure you share this around. We're hoping to continue this on, especially because we have some possibilities here. We don't know until we have some more info, so that'll be happening. In the meantime, I'll make myself available as best as I can to try and provide the information. I know people are going to have some questions. If you need any advice as far as drills you need to do in the meantime, I just want to make sure people are trying to get better while not, coming together as our group. So thank you guys all for your support. I can't thank the fans enough. It's always fun to just see the people that continue to come out and support the DuBois dream. Our youth basketball program, has 100 plus kids in it, and sometimes it's tough to make the decisions, and the schools are definitely helping out because they're providing me more info, as well as my brothers. They're healthcare experts. They know much more than me. I feel like it's on me. We can't. I would love to try and make it work as far as getting some practices in together, especially because we don't have we don't have a confirmed case just yet. But I think it's best just to separate for now, see if we can keep all this to a minimum. There's some mass hysteria right now. Let's keep it to a minimum. But again, I just wanted to make sure I got on here and thanked everyone for their support. I know it's always a tough decision, especially with our PBL games. We had some fun stuff coming up, but we have to end that. Thank you all to all the staff, the volunteers, the players, the coaches, just within our league. Thank you guys all for another great season. It's been a lot of fun. We had some trying times again, but again, it was another great season, and I'm always amazed when we can fill up the entire gym and everyone can have some fun. And we're just looking to continue to build. And this year, one of our main focus was to build on the AAU youth basketball program. Unfortunately, with the school closures, we can't do much with that, but I don't think it's all at a loss. It's just kind of a wait and see approach. So we're going to wait and see. Everyone do what you can to stay safe and healthy. Please do not take this thing seriously. Just we're going to try and continue to press on with our AAU youth basketball program. However, we're not going to jeopardize anyone's health and safety, and especially when it comes to the kids and then the elderly. We want to make sure everyone stays safe and healthy. So if we just got to put a pause button on, hopefully for the next 2 weeks, even if it's 3 weeks, we're taking that into Easter, that's still okay. We can pick it right back up, and we can still have a great time. And we're going to do what we can to make sure we're safe, but also, once things clear up, because I feel like it's going to, hopefully we can, hit play again. And I'm really excited excited to hopefully hit play again, hopefully sooner rather than later. But again, like I said, we're not going to do that to jeopardize anyone's health and safety. So thank you guys all for tuning in. Stay safe and healthy. Wash those hands. Look out for one another if anyone needs some help. I know during this time when school closures happen, kids aren't sure where their meals are coming in. Try and help out someone in your area if they're dealing with that. I know the schools are doing what they can to provide those meals still, and we're going to see what we can to help and support this area, because it's all about community. And like I said, we can come together by staying apart at this time. Just make sure you're quarantining yourself if you're not feeling very well. I know with me, a few weeks back, I had the flu, and I'm still kind of having some lasting effects. I just make sure if you're not feeling well, distance yourself. Like, it's not worth it. So let's try not to add to this outbreak, and let's continue to push forward. So again, I'm really excited to hopefully pick back up where we left off after our first week of AAU youth basketball practices. But again, we kind of have to let the people above us make those decisions, and until they lift that ban on the facilities, we can't really get back together. And as always, wearing some dreamy stuff, and like I always say, stay safe and healthy, but continue to dream big and continue to work hard, guys. So thank you guys again for tuning in, and I'll be sure to provide some more updates as they are provided to me. So thanks again for tuning in, and dream big.